Hi friends, it's Jess with My Bipolar. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, just a little bit about me. I have bipolar 1. I was diagnosed 24 years ago when I was 19 years old. And today I'm actually going to give you a little bit more information about me because today our topic is my bipolar guide to working. So I want you to know a little bit more so you can understand why I'm able to work, because not everyone with bipolar is able to work, and that is okay. People have bipolar 1 to much different degrees, and some people don't respond well to medication. So there are many people who cannot work full-time, and there are many people who cannot even work part-time, and that is okay. It is okay to be on disability for bipolar, and I strongly support anyone who is. And for me, there have been times in my life when I thought I wouldn't be able to work, but I have been able to get through and keep working. So just a little bit more about me. Like I said, I was diagnosed when I was 19, and for almost a decade, I was on medication that did not do well for me. I had ultra rapid cycling because of this medication. It exacerbated my symptoms. There were times when I was only doing freelance work, which meant I was working much less than part-time. And it wasn't until I got the psychiatrist who I have now, and I got on different meds, and I was able to make lifestyle changes that really worked for me, that I was actually employed by the company I am today. And I've been working for them for 15 years. So before we dive right in, I'm just going to ask you to please subscribe to my channel and also like this video if you do like it. And please comment. I love all the comments and responding to as many as I can. And so, like I said, I've been working for my company for 15 years, and I'll tell you a little bit about my company. I'm not going to give you its name. Okay, so I work for a nonprofit. It's an association, and I'm going to read this because I'm going to get it wrong. But it is the oldest and largest single life science membership organization in the world. I've had many different roles, and right now I am an assistant managing editor, and I work on 2 different journals. I do various things in this job. Some things are administrative. I work a lot with authors who are submitting their research papers, as well as the editors who are handling these papers and trying to push them through, hopefully to acceptance, to be published in the journal. I also do a lot of presenting at meetings, which poses its own problems at times. I work on social media for one of the journals, and I do a lot of other things in between. Now, one very important thing about where I work is that we are given ample vacation time, and the people who I work for model taking vacation time and the importance of it. So that is greatly appreciated. Also, one thing I want to point out is that, as I said, I'm an assistant managing editor. I'm not the managing editor, nor do I want to be. The kind of stress that it's associated with that role is not something I would want to take on. I'm very happy in being the assistant and, kind of doing as I'm told and not being the one who's really responsible for everything. And that's very important for my bipolar. So as I said, this is my bipolar guide for working. This is what works for me and what enables me to be able to work full time. It's going to be different for you, and whatever you need to do to make sure that you can work, if you can, as I had already mentioned. But for me, I work from home 100% of the time, so it's full-time telecommute, and for me that is very, very important. It enables me to not have a commute, have all this extra time for myself and for my family. Working from home, I really enjoy being able to wear comfortable clothes. I don't have to look nice all the time. I mean, right now I have on makeup for this video, but most of the time, unless I'm going to have a meeting or I'm going to have to be on camera, I don't wear makeup. I don't have to look nice, and it's just very relaxed. I can wear my comfortable clothes and be comfortable all the time. So this is my typical work outfit, just like comfy t-shirt usually. These black pants, I have about 5 pairs of them. They're sort of like yoga pants, but without compression, so they're so comfortable. They're like buttery soft. I'll link them in the description because I got them on Amazon, but I don't remember the brand. And then I always wear some comfy shoes or slippers, and this is what I wear every day. And if I have a meeting, it depends on the meeting, but if it's just a regular meeting with my team members, I just wear a shirt like this. If it's something a little more formal, maybe a meeting with our editors, I'll wear a nicer top or a blouse. Here is my office. I'm lucky to have a dedicated office in my home. Here's my little desk. I always have water with me, and I have a little plant, and I have all these drawings from my daughter everywhere. She's put them everywhere for me. And I love that my desk is right below this window, so I can look outside, look at the sky. It's really, really nice. One thing I want to point out is that I have never self-reported my disability to HR, and that is not because I am against doing so. I think if you need accommodations in your position, you should definitely do that. But I've never needed more than just taking time off if I was having, maybe I was having mania symptoms or depression. In that case, I have taken time off here and there, but I've never needed more than that. So I have not reported having bipolar. But many of my coworkers do know that I have bipolar, either from me telling them personally or through social media, since I'm really active, on Facebook and Instagram as well. And everyone has been really understanding, and it's gone very well. No one has tried to use it against me. Something I really love about my organization is they allow our work schedules to be flexible, which just means I don't have to start at any set time and finish at a set time. So let's say I need a couple more hours in the morning. I could start, instead of at 8 a.m., I could start at 10 a.m. And as long as I make up those hours, either that day or sometime soon, that's fine. So because of having that flexibility in my schedule, it allows me to take mini breaks if I need one, just to maybe step outside, get outside in the sunshine, play with my dog for a while. Something like that can really help me get through the workday when I'm struggling. Sometimes when I'm doing these easier, more routine tasks, I will talk on the phone to a friend, or I'll listen to a podcast or a YouTube video, and it kind of just makes the day go faster and makes it more fun. When it's a slow day or I'm just really tired, sometimes I will kind of just have a lazy day in front of the TV with my laptop and just work from there. And since I'm alone in the house while I'm working, it's nice. I can just kind of do what I want. I'm closer to the kitchen, I do find that having my dog with me does help, sort of a little emotional support, although, she's not an emotional support dog, but I do enjoy having her with me, and it does make the day just seem a little more fun and a little more relaxed. We just adopted her at the end of January, and she's just a wonderful dog. This is my dog, Lucy. She always lays here right next to my chair. She's the sweetest dog ever. In my role, we do have a lot of video meetings. So all the people on my team, we all work remotely, and we have video meetings just with each other every week. And then we also have other meetings that we attend either on Zoom or Teams. And for pretty much all of those meetings, it's kind of expected to be on camera. So I do try to look a little nicer for those meetings. I do put on makeup because it makes me feel better. But for those meetings, there are times when I don't want to be on camera. And in those moments, I do go off camera if needed, or I'll turn off the self view, like on a Zoom meeting, so I can't see myself if it's making me uncomfortable. And that's, with or without bipolar symptoms. Maybe I'm just having a bad day and I don't want to see myself, or, whatever the case may be. I am sensitive to the number of meetings I can do in a day and still feel good at the end of the day. If I have to do more than 2 meetings, it's really not great for me. So if I see I have 3 or 4 meetings scheduled in a day, I do try to reschedule meetings if I can. But if not, I do have to kind of suffer through. And it's hard because if I have that many meetings in a day, I know I'm not getting much work done outside of them. And that causes a lot of stress. I have learned that if I have to take just part of the day off for, let's say, a doctor's appointment or something like that, I'm not as productive the rest of the day. So I've learned that if I do have an appointment, I will tend to take the entire day off. And I can do that because I do have so much vacation time and sick time. So that works better for me and it's less stressful. Now, once a year, usually I have to travel for a conference, which I actually just did. And I'm usually gone for about 4 or 5 days. And there's a lot of challenges that are posed with doing that travel. I'm going to do a separate guide just about work trips. Weekends I really use to recharge for the work week. And I do take time off as needed to recharge as well, even if I don't have anything to do on those days. I do try to take vacations, and I have so much vacation time that I will take just kind of days here and there. I usually try to have them attached to the weekend, so I'll have a long weekend, and that really does help me to just keep going. Okay, so those are all the different things about my position and what I do that enable me to work full time. I've been working full time for my organization for a very long time, but I really wasn't able to do it until I got on the correct meds and made many lifestyle changes. So if you're not able to work full time, as I said, please know that that is okay. And just keep doing your best, and your goal does not need to be to work. Your goal is just to try to be healthier and have a better life. Okay, well, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.